Awesome. How we doing, everybody? You guys see me loud and clear, hear me loud and clear here live in the playback app. If you do, thank you guys so much for being in here. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. This is going to be a really fun night of Mets baseball as they kickstart their homestand. As you guys can see, we have the SNY broadcast going as well. So I'm not going to run too much of the Mets pregame for all my playback viewers, and we're going to continue to get set live here on YouTube in just the next second or so. So thank you guys so much for your patience. Really happy to have you here. I know, guys. Everyone on YouTube, I know that the title is not supposed to be Marlins. It was pre-automated like that. So just give me 1 second, everybody. Okay, sweet. Think we're good to go there. Almost done here, and then we're gonna be golden. Okay. I believe that we are all good. Alrighty, folks. How's it going, everybody? If you guys are watching us live on YouTube or live in the playback app, we are happy to have you in here. It's your guy, Wardy, and today we're back at it with our latest watch party that we're doing every single week here live on YouTube, where you guys will see a scoreboard either above me or below me throughout the entire course of the game as I share my own commentary and play-by-play reaction as a diehard fan, just like each and every one of you. But if you guys are watching here live in the playback app, this is where I want you to be, because you guys are actually going to be watching the Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy. And all you need to take part in playback, everybody, is by simply going over to playback.tv/WardyNYM and using not only the link that I have available that I'm going to put in the chat on YouTube right now that'll be pinned, but you guys go in, sign up for free, and as long as you have an MLB TV subscription, you'll be able to watch the Mets live in real time with your guy Wardy here in the playback app. The same way I see my guy Great Nate. Jay, how you doing? Kevin, how you doing? Irv, how are you? Thank you guys so much for chiming in. Kevin, thank you kindly. All you guys coming in right now, we really appreciate it. Let me get the link in here on YouTube for you guys to check this out, should you wish. Let's see. Join Wardy's live Mets watch parties on playback. Here you go. We got a lot of my members on YouTube. Jester, Sean, Kish, how you doing? Great members. Mike, Zach Flagerton, Milo, how you doing? Joe, everybody. Terry, Sean MD, everybody. Thank you guys. Come one, come all. Let me put this here. Okay, there we go. Everything is updated. Get anything from New York or Nowhere collab? I did. Yes, I did. And I want to hear from everybody first chiming in here live on YouTube, live on playback. Thank you guys for chiming in. I'm finishing getting everything set up here, and then we'll get rolling. Again, appreciate the patience, folks. You're going to the game tomorrow? That's awesome. I stood in line for 3 hours for it. Oh my goodness, Brandon, you're a madman. I got myself two things from the New York or Nowhere collab. I don't know if any of you guys got anything, but what I got was the one really nice varsity jacket that's the royal blue that has like the off-white sleeves that I saw Piazza rocking that had the Mets logo on it on one side and the New York Nowhere on the other. And then on the back, it says New York or Nowhere. And then I also got the Mets traditional royal blue cap that says New York or Nowhere on the back, on the side rather. And it has that crown because I love the trucker style crowns because I have such a big melon for a head. So I really appreciate when hats have that you guys can see from the side profile. So yeah, splurged a bit for sure. But I think it was definitely worth it because I'll be rocking that anytime that's a cool night that I'm at Citi Field this season, whether it's, in the month of May, that'll be the next time I attend a game, most likely, or maybe even next week. I don't know, but I won't have it by then. Obviously, it's going to take a while to ship. But as we get into the latter half of the summer, especially for those night games, as we get into September, and then hopefully deep games in October, that's where I'm going to be rocking it a lot. Yeah, in case you guys didn't see the New York or Nowhere collab, really, really nice looking fits that I saw for sure. But I also understand that is not cheap, so I don't blame anyone. That's like, I'm not partaking in this as much as I do like the outfits that came out. Hear me out. Mets trade for Cedric Mullins, says Anthony in the YouTube chat. That's a take. Definitely wouldn't happen now, though. And I don't see why the Orioles would do that because the Mets don't really have pitching to give right now, which is what they need. Frankie, how you doing here live in the playback app? What's good, Jacob? How you doing, everybody? Kevin Marr. Brandon, how you doing? Rivera 68. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And again, folks, if you want to watch the Mets game live in a real time with your guy Wardy, please make sure that you check off the playback app by going to playback.tv/WardyNYM. That way you guys can interact with me there while we're actually watching the Mets game live. And we're going to be hopping in between not only the Mets game, but I'm going to show you guys different slides and stuff like that throughout the course of the show, if you're watching the playback app at least. I got one of the hoodies. Nice. Very nice, Frankie. Now, question each and every one of you folks. This is game one of a 4-game set between the Mets and the Cardinals. Showing the rubber tonight for the Mets is going to be Griffin Canning. And for the Cardinals, it's going to be, was it Palat, I believe is his name? I'm going to butcher it. Let's see. Palante, who has actually looked pretty solid, stretched from a reliever to a starter. It began last season for the Cardinals, the 25-year-old at the time, now 26, and he's off to a solid start this season that we've seen with a 2.2 ERA across 16 innings and 3 starts so far on the year. I'm curious, who do you guys think is going to win tonight, and who do you think is going to be the offensive standout? Because now that the Mets kickstart what is a 7-game homestand between the Cardinals in a 4-game set and the Phillies in a 3-game set beginning next week, we know we want to see Juan Soto do something at Citi Field. We all want to see Juan Soto do something at Citi Field. But outside of Juan Soto, another guy that I'm keeping a close eye on to see if he can actually start to drive in runs beyond just the home run swing where there's like little guys on base. I need to see guys like WardyNYM continue to thrive in the 1 through 5. The same way that I want to see Mark Vientos have a nice day today as he's batting fourth up in the lineup a little bit there on the pitching matchup and back at third base. Now, the biggest surprise that you can maybe argue with today's lineup is the fact that the Mets have Luis Angel Acuna out, and yes, they have Brett Baty in at second base. And naturally, when I first saw that, I wasn't like, beyond pissed. I know Baty had a good game yesterday, pulled a baseball, went opposite field, had some nice, really good defensive stops at third base. But you weren't going to do this thing where you're going to rotate Baty at third base and Vientos constantly. The Mets are just trying to see what they have in Baty right now before McNeil comes back from his rehab stint, as he's playing center field as we speak right now in Port St. Lucie, and made a really nice diving play that we saw not that long ago. So McNeil is going to be back with this Mets team sooner rather than later, and he will be gaining outfield reps. And when he does return, we're going to see guys like McNeil get center field reps. We're going to see Acuna get center field reps. We're going to see Nimmo get center field reps. There's going to be a rotation of that Carlos Mendoza said pregame today. That is exactly what I've told each and every one of you on the platform the past couple of days. So that was validating here, and it'll all be based on matchups and things of that nature. But knowing that the Mets are going to kind of go through this rotating door of options at center field, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on that, along with how you feel about the Mets heading into this 4-game set. Yes, Marte has hit this guy before that we're playing in Palante. That is true. And Marte is a guy that we're going to be keeping an eye out. We're going to look at this entire Mets lineup in this matchup, obviously. And let me actually tweet out right now that we are live here. And there we go, everybody. Drew Gilbert just had himself his first AAA hit this season. So that's encouraging to see as well. Love to see that Drew Gilbert is making his Syracuse Mets debut. Not that he hasn't played in there before, but this is his debut for the first time this season, I should say. and that's always great to see. We're going to talk more on Gilbert. We did in this video that dropped earlier this morning for you guys to check out on YouTube, our latest Big Mets update segment with my awesome friend Samantha Croston. Does a fantastic job there reporting out of Syracuse and with her respective Mets podcast. We broke down Drew Gilbert and many other topics in Mets land for you guys to check out that dropped in the AM. Let me see here. I'm going to drop this right now on here. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Jet Williams led off with a double there that we saw. Pardon me, led off with his second home run that we saw for Double-A Binghamton today. And now we see that Drew Gilbert had himself a single there commanding out of right field. So great stuff there from the baby Mets. But we're not here to talk about the baby Mets. We're here to talk about the actual Mets. The boys in blue and orange are getting set for a 4-game set tonight. And there's Andre Palante that we're watching through the SNY broadcast here in the Playback app. If you guys want to watch this along with us, again, make sure you guys are chiming in at playback.tv/WardyNYM. Let's see who we have here in the chat on YouTube. The baby Mets, indeed. Let's see here. The guy Pete Alonso, Mets fans want to trade for Vlad Jr. I mean, single-handedly saving it. I don't think there were as many Mets fans that wanted the Mets to trade for Vlad as they were more in favor, like myself, if he hit the free agent market. And obviously, if the Mets had interest in doing that, because the Mets considered Vlad before bringing back Alonso if the Blue Jays had any interest in trying to trade him, which they said no, which makes sense. They've since extended him. But yeah, obviously, if you were like, I need Pete Alonso through and through the entire time and never loved the idea of a different first base option, then you have to especially be very happy with what you were getting right now from Pete Alonso's production. Looking like the best bat in the National League right now, batting right around 360 with an over 1,200 OPS. That's decent. Got to take 3 out of 4, says Milo in the chat here in Playback. I 100% agree. This is a series the Mets need to win. I know the Cardinals have done a very good job putting the ball in play so far this season, and their rotation isn't as bad on paper as maybe you'd make it out to be, with the exception of Miles Michaelis, who I absolutely despise. He's a schmuck going back to the 2022 season when he said that even though Chris Bassett explained, giving the benefit of the doubt to guys like Michaelis and others on hit by pitches, when remember Alonso got hit like 2 or 3 times in a game against the Cardinals, the brawl happened, and then Michaelis, being the schmuck that he is, went out and said, no, pitchers have full control. It doesn't have anything to do with the way that they're gripping the baseball or the substances that they use, which is a complete fallacy. Maybe it isn't for him, but okay, so you deliberately are hitting the Mets. That's what we're doing now, Miles. Okay, so you just are a piece of shit. Noted. I'll bear that in mind every single time the Mets play you going forward. Yeah, I haven't liked him since then. And I'm interested to see how the Mets are going to fare against him, which I believe is tomorrow's matchup against David Pearson. Don't quote me, but I'm like 80% confident in that. And then we got a couple more games, obviously, heading into the weekend. This thing working. What's good? Yes, Broken Jester, it is working. Happy to have you in here, baby. We appreciate it. We got a lot of our members chiming in right now in the Playback app as well as live on YouTube. And again, once more, folks, what you will see on YouTube is a scoreboard above my head and a periodic QR code that'll pop up for you guys to be incentivized to scan it and join us in the Playback app. We're working with Playback every single week, all season long. And if you guys want to actually watch the Mets game live in real time and listen to Gary, Keith, and Ron, where you can mute me out until a big reaction happens, or if you want to listen to me dominate over Gary, Keith, and Ron on the broadcast, you can do that too, should you have interest. So either way, folks, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is our third watch party of the year. We are 1-1 doing this. Our first game that we did this, the Mets lost to the Marlins. That was Sandy Alcantara versus Kodai Senga for Kodai's season debut. And then the second game, the Mets won because they rallied. That was the game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to think. Actually, I'm trying to think. What was that game? It was a Marlins game at home. The Mets won, but they didn't win by many runs. I want to say it was like a 3-1 final or something. It wasn't by much, but it was still a better game than the first game. But I'm looking for more offensive production than those previous two, to say the least. And I just want to see the boys go out there and do something. Malone out here trolling in the chat again, says trade Soto and Lindor. Oh my goodness, guys! Did you hear the nonsense that I sadly heard on the Fan today? Now, I don't listen to New York sports radio too much. Not that it's a slight as much as it is. I just don't have the time for it, especially when I'm my own talking head and I have a lot of things I already have to say that's kind of redundant, hearing it constantly by others. But I did hear Evan Roberts on the broadcast today with Evan and Tiki explaining how supposedly there are Yankees fans, and this is headlined by a I'm going to be kind here by a larger human being that is a Yankees fan that is notorious for being this complete troll on social medias because he has been more heartbroken by Juan Soto leaving for the supposed little brother than any other Yankee fan on the planet. So much so that he has apparently devised a plan for not just himself, but other Yankee fans to go out of their way to attend tonight's Mets game, rocking Mets gear, and supposedly going to go out of their way to boo Juan Soto. And I thought I was down bad when I've been in breakups as a youngster. Holy shit. You would think that the classy 27 ring organization that's so used to winning wouldn't let a one and done Juan Soto be their end all be all. Yet, even after Aaron Judge is batting over 400 and looking like, again, the best player in Major League Baseball, you could rightfully argue outside of Shohei Ohtani when he's pitching and hitting at the same time, you think that that same Yankees team that isn't off to a horrendous start this year with a piss poor pitching staff would be focused on the Yankees. Yet here we are having Yanks fans spending their hard earned money, however, which way they earned it, going out of their way to attend Citi Field, to act like Mets fans, and to try to make Mets fans look bad. I got to say, you know what? Again, I truly thought that I knew what it was like to be dealing with an ex in a wrong fashion. Little did I know that I was clearly doing things right in comparison to just how much worse Yankee fans can be. So that's all I got for you. It is toxic. It's petty as hell. And all I got to say is that is as little brother energy as they come. You don't see Mets fans going out of their way to rock Yankee gear at Yankee Stadium just to boo Aaron Judge. No, when I go to Yankee Stadium this year, I'm going to rock my Juan Soto jersey, probably get into some borderline fights, and boo every single time Aaron Judge does anything. It doesn't matter where I am because I'm an actual Mets fan. You will not catch me dead wearing Yankees gear. Not a chance in hell it's going to happen. And if it does happen, that's because I am no longer with us and someone somehow, someway slipped it on me when I'm in the casket. Not a chance in hell. So that's what I got for you on the nonsense leading into tonight's game. Now let me share some brief analysis before this game actually begins. Um, I see he didn't take his ADHD med. GSU, I haven't taken my ADHD meds in 3 years. You're a little behind. You should know this as someone who's right in there a lot on the same lines with me. Daniel Caps, great member, happy to have you in here. To everyone watching the playback app, guys and gals, if you have joined us in playback before, please make sure you do it again. Go over to playback.tv/WardyNYM and join our awesome friends. We got almost 30 in the chat right now here. Jay, how you doing? We got my man Easy, always a great supporter of the chat with the code IPFP. Broken Jester, love the PFP as well. Let's see, D-Max ready to go. El Troll, what's good, baby? Wait, El Troll season. Is this the same El Troll that I know? Hold on. If it is, I'm actually going to be a little hyped, and there's a reason why. That is. What a dog. And this is who I think it is. El Troll season, I got to say, you are a beauty. You are a beauty. I love the job that you do on socials with clipping of Mets highlights and stuff. You do a very good job. If that is if that's what I'm thinking, because it's the same handle on socials, I paid attention to you. You do a good job. You've seen me quote your stuff before. Continue to keep up the great work, my man. You're awesome. We got Fletch. How you doing? Great member in the chat as always. We got Rivera. We got Kevin. We got everybody. We got Pat White, great member here on the YouTube channel. We got JK scene. I've seen Phillies fans wearing Mets right jersey gear with Ron on the back. Yeah, I mean, I do the exact same thing if I'm that petty. But and here's the other thing. Doing that at David Wright makes little sense because even in the times that David Wright was beating the shit out of the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park, the Mets still weren't a good team in comparison to the Phillies at the time, especially as we led into 2008, 2009, when the Phillies won it all. The Mets were not a good team. So I would understand that pettiness more if it was, clear in line with the rivalry, but it really wasn't. It was fairly lopsided for a good chunk of David Wright's career against the Phillies and just not on how he produced, but how the team produced. So I think that's interesting. But again, it's Philly team, so I'm not surprised. Why the hell is Vientos batting cleanup? Because he's going to have a big game today, Daniel. That's why, baby. Trust the process. Okay, baby. Let's do it. Who was this Yankees fan? I don't even know his name. That's how much of a nobody he is. But he's trying to become a somebody by calling in to WFAM 5 times a day because that's what you do when you're jobless. I get it. Teach their own. Only thing I got for you, only thing I got for you tonight, guys, before we get into this. Well, there's a couple things I got for you, but one key thing I have for each and every one of you is the following. If it'll pull up, that'd be fantastic. Okay, guys. Starting laps between the Mets and the Cardinals is as follows. Batting leadoff for St. Louis is Lars Nootbaar. Remember him when he was playing for Team Japan, the WBC? He was fun. He's off to a great start this season with a 284 average, 885 OPS, a lefty bat to keep an eye out for this series. Batting second is catcher turned first baseman. Just don't give him any batting tape because he's going to nibble on it if he's running out of gum, and that is Mr. Wilson Contreras. Wilson Contreras, who Zach Scott, former Mets GM, tried to acquire a blockbuster trade with the Cubs a couple years ago before settling there with Javi Baez and Trevor Williams for Pete Armstrong and a couple other pieces. He's batting second. Batting third is Mr. Brennan Donovan, who we had on our playback graphic that we posted on socials and on the community tab today, because Donovan is on a ridiculous hitting streak to begin the season. He's batting 380 with a 965 OPS, whereas Contreras is batting just a buck 145 with a 424 OPS. Batting fourth is going to be Nolan Arenado. Let's see how much longer he stays a Cardinal, but they're off to a solid start this year, so he's not complaining at this very moment like the crybaby that he usually is. 292 average with an 855 OPS. Batting sixth is going to be Mr. Alec Burleson at the DH spot. 264 average, 637 OPS. Batting seventh is Jordan Walker, 254 with a 684. Lots of power there for the young slugger. Batting, pardon me, and I had them all messed up by one. I apologize, everybody. So what are we at? Gorman is batting seventh, is what I meant to say, at second base with a 313 average, over 1,000 OPS. Wow. Pages there at catcher is with a 268 average and a 725 OPS. And Scott, the second in center field, is batting 263 with 724. Really good contact hitting to start the year that we've seen from this team. GSU, I promised you I'm going to play it twice now just because you said that. Batting for our New York Mets, everybody, before this game kickstarts. There we have batting leadoff is Mr. Smile. Francisco Lindor is now up to 239 average at 651 OPS. Batting second is the one and only, who might hear boos today from the biggest schmucks of fans in all, whether you're a Mets fan or a Yankees fan. If you boo Juan Soto today, you don't deserve to be at Citi Field. 231 average, 798 OPS. Batting third is the polar bear and Pete Alonso with a 365 average and 1,204 OPS. Batting fourth is Mark Vientos back in the lineup after coming off the bench yesterday for Brett Beatty at the hot corner. 145 average, 464 OPS. Batting fifth is Brandon Nimmo trying to get more of the contact ability with runners in scoring position. A 203 average and is just under 700 OPS. Starling Marte is batting thereafter that we see sixth. 167 average, 578 OPS at DH. Batting seventh is Luis Torrens with a 275 average, 784 OPS, 85 OPS, I should say. Batting eighth is Brett Beatty, batting a buck 175 and a 425 OPS. And ninth is Tyrone Taylor with a 163 average and a 409 OPS on the season. Okay, folks, so we're about to get this game underway. Again, check out the Playback app by going to playback.tv/WardyNYM if you guys actually want to watch the Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy and listening to the GKR broadcast in the process. Everybody listening in Playback, let me know how you guys enjoy the audio levels. If you guys like to have me kind of louder than the broadcast, lower than the broadcast, I'm curious what you guys personally prefer there to all my Playback viewers. But let's get this puppy started, everybody. Zelda, great member. Happy to have you in here. Sean, happy to have you in here, my friend. Thank you so much. Again, guys, it's real easy if you want to join us and Playback. All you have to do is simply join in for free with the link that's in the chat and down below in the description, and then sign in by making a free account and then utilizing your MLB TV subscription should you have one, and then you're locked in to watch a game with us in real time. Let's go, baby, Matthew. Absolutely. 0-1 on the count as Griffin Canning dots a fastball for a strike at the knees, and we're underway. And here's the 0-1 by Canning. He sets, and the pitch, fastball up and away, 95, back even on the count now, and it's 1-1 to Lars Nootbaar. Lars, who's been injury plagued the past year and a half, is looking to have a healthy, dominant season for the Cardinals, who is honestly one of my more favorite corner outfielders that isn't on the Mets in the National League. Hard guy not to root for. Great story. Really fun. Pretty entertaining to watch as well. Solid player overall. I live in PA, but the game's blacked out. That's ridiculous, Sean. I live in PA too. Oh, this is Sean. I'm glad you like it, baby. I'm happy to have you in here. I don't know why it would be blacked out for you, but that's, again, the continued problem that we sadly see. I think I found a Juan Soto doppelganger, Zach says. Who are we talking about in the chat? Free to join GSU? There is no catch. The catch is you need to have an MLB TV subscription already. That's the only catch. As long as you have that, you're good to go. Playback is officially partnered with like every single sports league for the most part. So from NFL to NBA to now MLB, they have partners with their licensing is approved. So they're allowed to have me go out and watch this game live in real time with you guys. And that's a nice strikeout. Oh, just foul tip there by Lars Nootbaar on a fastball up by Canning. Lars almost struck out the way that I usually do when I'm playing against my buddy in 2K13, when he always goes from like slider down and away to fastball up, and I bite half the time, especially when I get impatient, which is pretty often for someone like me. But the 2-2, everybody, as Canny gets set here. Let's go, baby. Let's see what we get, Griffin. And that's going to be a chopper foul there, pull to the right side. And we continue the AB for Lars Nootbaar and Griffin Canny. But yeah, guys, all you have to do is to have an MLB TV subscription. There is no catch to it. That's the best part of it, I think, is the most exciting thing about why I enjoy this app so much. So smash that like and subscribe on if you guys are watching live on YouTube. If you're here in the playback app, don't gotta do anything. Just continue to chime in with your guy, Wardy. Let's have some fun. And the pitch. All right, that's going to be ground out right from Lindor to Alonso, and there's one away. We'll take that, baby. Oh, thank you, GSU. I appreciate the kind words there. Mr. Delightful, how are you? Great member of the chat. We appreciate you. First pitch to Wilson Contreras is going to be a fastball right down the pipe, 95, and it's 0-1. Wilson Contreras, who, mind you, isn't off to a good start this year transitioning to first base, but when right is a lethal bat that can do plenty damage in this Cardinals lineup. And the 0-1 by Canning as he sets. And that's going to be a fastball down and away. Back even on the count now is 1-1. Canning with a healthy amount of four-seam fastballs to begin today's start. Something to make a note of, as Canning threw that fastball 60% of the time last year for the Angels and gave up more home runs than any other eligible starter out of the American League. And the 1-1 by Canning, and that's going to be hacked away foul there right down the pipe, and it's 1-2. Canning has yet to throw an off-speed or breaking pitch 3 pitches in here to Wilson Contreras. Greg, how you doing, baby? Sean, how you doing, baby? Happy to have you in here. Brendan, how you doing? Noonie, how you doing? And yes, guys, if you have, for whatever reason, a blackout issue in this, use a VPN. It'll 100% work, and you shouldn't have an issue there. And the 1-2. That's fastball up. Okay, more fastballs by Griffin Canning, and we're back even on the count now, 2-2. And the 2-2. And that's going to be a slider that just misses outside. And we're now at a full count here, everybody. To everyone watching the playback app, folks, my question to you is, what do you guys like most about playback? Because obviously the intriguing aspect is to watch the Mets game live in real time with me. But do you guys like the other features? Because what's really cool is that's ball 4. Unfortunately, Wilson Contreras gets on there after he was 1-2 in the count. You see Canning trying to get him to bite on the off speed and breaking pitches to no avail. Fastball was working there, but as soon as he dabbled in the other pitches, not so much. 1-1 away, top of the first. But what's cool here, everybody, is that in between innings, we can actually flip to different games, as well as I can screen share, and I can even highlight your comments in the chat too, which I think is really cool. I'm doing Easter a little different with my family this year, going to City. That's awesome, Brennan. Love that for you, and I hope you and your family have a great time. I'm going to be spending Easter earlier in the day doing a brunch for my family. Then I'm going to have to bolt home and probably leave the brunch a little early to get set to do our Mets coverage. The one downside to having to always work regardless of the day or pretty much what is going on holiday wise. Anything of significance, it doesn't really change the fact that you guys got to do what you got to do. Brett Beatty makes a turn. 1, 2, and he's safe. Okay, great job by Brett Beatty to get the force out. Brendan Donovan gets on the fielder's choice, but the bigger story here is Brett Beatty with quick reaction time between first and second with the quick turn there that we saw to Lindor on the spin. He didn't botch it the way that he did last time he was home for this Mets team against the Marlins, which led to a couple runs scoring on Tyler McGill unearned. Great turn there. Donovan was bolting down the line. Regardless, we have ourselves 2 outs here in the first. Oh, you got a Soto pin? That's awesome, Zelda. I know that they were giving that out at Citi Field not long ago. Alrighty, folks, and first pitch in Arenado is a fastball down and away, and it's 1-0. And the 1-0? Ah, Terens. Luis Terens was trying to make the throw, but unfortunately got a little too out ahead. Couldn't bobble the ball as it was a slider down and away, it looks like. Yep, clear slider down and away. Just hit the dirt first. Couldn't make the snag. Terens was more focused on the quick throw, and that was completely botched. Donovan is now in scoring position with 2 away. Come on, baby. Classic rock guitar. Oh, Shuggy owed it? Okay, I'll check that out, Zach. Once the inning's done, I'll check that out. 3-0 on the count for Griffin Canning now. Well, after looking great in his first at bat or so, not so much since then. After 1-2 count, he walks Wilson Contreras, not commanding a slider, and now he's down 3-0 to Arenado. And the pitch, fastball down the pipe, and it's 3-1. Runner at second after not Donovan Walton, after Brennan Donovan steals second base. Donovan, who's had a hit or got on base what feels like every game so far this season for the Cardinals, has helped lead them to their solid success to begin the season around 20 games in. 3-1 with 2 away. Pitch number 20 coming underway from Griffin Canning, and the 3-1 is going to be a breaking ball in for a strike down the pipe on the slider, and we're now at a full count. Matthew, I'm glad that you like the app, my man. I do too. I think what I like most about Playback is the fact of how seamless it is to utilize to hop into different streams of different creators because there's a lot of people live right now for different sports. And that's one of my most favorite aspects to this for sure for the times I've been using it. And the 3-2 here to Arenado. And that's going to be a slider down and away. And second time, Canning trying to get guys to bite on sliders. The problem is your slider isn't tight. It's still like about at least a full 2 balls out of the zone there to the opposite side. And now here comes Alec Burleson with 2 on and 2 away in the top of the first. Slider down the pipe to Burleson, and it's 0-1 on the count. Yeah, no, he clearly is not commanding the slide early on the way that he wants to, Canning. If you guys want to join us to watch a game live in real time, head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM as the Mets thankfully get out of this inning unscathed as Francisco Lindor handles the pop-up in the infield, and that does it for a clean inning of work. Took over 20 pitches, however, for Griffin Canning, and now Andrew Palante gets set for the bottom of the first. All right, folks, while we're waiting, let's take a look at what other games are going on across Major League Baseball right now. Let's go ahead and see that. We got the Giants and Phillies, the Guards and Orioles, Tigers and Royals, Yanks and Rays. Let's go with Orioles and Guardians. That seems like it might be fun. So we're taking a quick watch here at the Guardians game, as it looks like Urias at third base was just tagged out after Austin Hedges makes a quick throw there to third. Guardians are up 2-1 now as we see full count for Adley Rutschman as Tanner Bybee gets set for pitch number 51. And here he goes. The pitch, and that's going to be a breaking ball, misses out of the zone. Adley takes his walk, and there's a 2-out walk for Adley Rutschman as they're down 1 in the bottom of the third. Jay Pertuzzi, happy to have you in here, baby. If you guys are watching here live on YouTube, we just quickly pivoted to the Orioles game for a hot second while we can hop around and talk about different ball games in the playback app to watch live. Broken Jester said, this is nice. I don't have a subscription for all the games, so what a bonus. Oh, that's perfect, Jester. That's actually 6, so this is kind of a nice sneak peek for you. Love that. All right, well, first pitch here to O'Hearn, and that's going to be ripped. Oh, no. That's high. That's far. And it is gone. What a bomb. A 2-run shot for O'Hearn gives the Orioles a 3-2 lead, his third of the season in the bottom of the third. And the Orioles are now up 4-2 is what I meant to say. A towering 2-run shot just under 400 feet, center right field. First pitch swinging on a fastball in. What do you think's going to happen, Bybee? And the O's have themselves a lead. Let's go, Baltimore. Love those Orioles. They're fun to watch. Let's head back to the Mets game now, everybody. Perfect timing. That was awesome. I'm actually going to clip that real quick. All right, guys, 1-0 on the count for Francisco Lindor here as Palante gets set for pitch number 2. And that's going to be a fastball that just misses up out of the zone. The soft tossing Palante throwing 92 there, and it's 2-0 now. Hitters count for Mr. Smile. Luis Angel Acuna, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you so much for joining. Seriously, happy to have you in the playback app, baby. Lindor's going to take a fastball down. It's 3-0. We're going to work all the way around Lindor, are we? Love Lindor having the hair grow out. I kind of like the fact that he's actually just letting his natural hair grow out. I know he's going to dye it at some point, but I'm enjoying it for what it is right now. GSU probably at some point throughout the season. Don't know when. It'll be sporadic. I probably won't say it as much in advance as it'll just randomly happen during post games and watch parties, and then you guys will get a chance to see Shay. Thank you for asking, though. Pertuzzi, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's going to be ripped by Lindor on the 3-1, because why would you throw a fastball right down the dick, you idiot? 1 on, no way. A place setter already for Juan Soto. Let's see what he can do. Literally, what? First of all, shout out to Lindor. I'm very happy about the fact that he's not off to a slow start this year that we've seen specifically in the leadoff spot. That's been huge. He's been actually getting a leadoff hit what feels like almost every single game right now. But now here's Juan Soto, everybody. Let's get set. Soto hacks one foul. That was 94 down the pipe. I just want to see Juan just rip one oppo right now. So bad. So bad. I know, GSU. It's a frustrating thing. Frustrating. JR, hope you like the emojis that we got in the chat that you're repping right now. And the 0-1 to Soto. And that's going to be right up the middle. Bobbled, but it is a double play ball. And they're quickly 2 away. Are you... Wow, I hear boos. I hear boos. I hear boos. And the 1-0. And that's going to be a fastball outside to Pete Alonso. So, unfortunately, as Soto grounds into a double play, obviously, I'm not happy about that. But it's just ridiculous. And this is what pisses me off. The media has single-handedly made fans act the way that they are right now. This was a narrative that they started, that people that I have respect for and don't have ill will with in the industry. It still pisses me off because it is clear as day just how much the media can influence. And I know that obviously as a talking head, but it's really brutal when you see people just not understand context of something and then run with it the way that they do. 2-2 as Alonso swings right through a breaking ball, and we're even on the count now. 2 away, 11 pitches in. And 2-2. GSU, I agree to a degree, but it's a lot more media backed than anything else. You can't tell me that would be the exact same thing if they weren't portraying it the way that they had this past week. You can't. And Nathan, you can't either. And don't get me started, Nathan. You're the same Mets fan that comments under my tweets when the Mets are winning 10-0 and saying, why isn't it 11? And you know exactly that's the case. And the 3-2 here by to Alonso. And he's going to chop one over, top that one, and that's going to do it for the inning. After a leadoff single for Francisco Lindor, the Mets go down from there as we now head to the top of the second. Oh no, Nathan, I agree. Soto's been booed before. Like if anything, Soto's been motivated by boos. But the point is that Soto is used to boos, especially when it's by opposing fan bases, not when it's his own fan base. You know, with the exception of the Padres a little bit, Soto wasn't booed all that much with the Yankees last year, and it's just discouraging that the fact that we have people that go out of their way to purposely attend games and do this. And no, I'm not lying when I say that. People do that. They literally do that. Jacob, my man, our amazing editor, is here watching live in the playback app. And he says, Dayton, he hit that. He did hit the ball hard too. And I know I trust me, Jacob. Don't get me started. At what point do we start questioning the heading coaches? We've been. Trust me, I'm not an Eric Chavez and Barnes lover at all. And I think the Mets would be more than fine without them. I understand that too, GSU. But you know what the Mets don't have a history of doing? Ever signing a generational type hitter before he's even hit the peak prime of his career. You can't say that. Like, even with Carlos Beltran, this doesn't like it's not the same discussion, right? As great of a player that Beltran was, I don't think you can put them in the same breath because of just how much Soto's already done in his young career. I understand the lofty expectations. We're going to hear it constantly. And I will grill into Soto when I feel it's warranted, just like I did yesterday when he went over 5 with 3 Ks. He played like shit yesterday. I'm not going to say no to that. But at the same time, doesn't mean that I'm going to go on my way to boo him right away. No, because what we have learned is that booing your own players has only been more of a negative connotation than a positive. I've talked with active and former players in the Mets organization, and they have all universally agreed that it's more of a negative than a positive when it's from their own fan base. Sometimes it's motivating, but more often than not, it's hard for them to also not view that in a positive light, with just the exception of, I know they want me to play better. But when you have a guy first coming to town and you're booing him right away, it's quite hypocritical to then act like a kid in a candy shop when you first landed him. But when he has a bad game or a bad week, that's the end all be all. Like, you can't have it one way and then have it the other way. And that's going to be a hacked foul by Jordan Walker. Might be a bloopy. Is Alonso going to handle it? And he does! Great catch by Alonso in foul territory. And there's one away. And they say he's not a gold glove caliber first baseman. My ass. That's the polar bear doing the thing, baby. And there's one away. Easy in the chat says he's a psycho. Tingus, my man, also doesn't his comments on being pitched differently raise some alarms. Makes me think he's already regaining. No, that's Tingus. That's exactly my point. No, it's not. Because if you understand the context of what he said stuff that we know since the start of the season. Of course he's getting pitched too differently. Aaron Judge isn't Juan Soto. Pardon me. Aaron Judge isn't Pete Alonso. Pete isn't Judge, and that's okay. 1200. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I 100% agree, Nathan. I do not agree with the Mets collective hitting philosophy. I think that they had some luck on their side last year with rallying around Lindor and Iglesias. And I don't know how much it has Chavez's involvement as a positive one versus a negative. Okay, that's going to be hacked right through by Nolan Gorman. It's quickly 2-1 on the count with one away. And that's going to be hacked up. Vientos is under it. And there's two away. Good job by the corner infielders and Vientos and Alonso to snag two balls, one in foul territory, the other just shy of it. Alrighty, folks. Here's pitch number 1 to Mr. Pajes at catcher. Pitch number 31 from Canny is underway. And that's going to be fastball dotted corner. Goes in his favor, and it's 0-1. Your wife's best friend was Gorman's high school crush. She ended up with a loser, and Gorman is now pro. That's funny. Happy to have you in your Tinkus. That's a good story for sure. 0-1, and that's going to be slider that misses down and away, and it's 1-1. They're not always going to get meatballs down the middle. They have to go to the opposite field, hit where it's pitched. I agree, Juan. And the 1-1 by Canning, pitch number 33, and that's going to be swung on and missed. 1-2 now. Trust me, Riv, you and I both want Soto to break out and just shut everybody up. I mean, the annoying part is that he did kind of do that this past series. He hit home runs in the first two games, but because his final game of the series was a Mets loss by 1 run, and he factored into it by not hitting lick with runners in scoring position or hitting lick or even getting on base with a walk, that's what stands out. The 1-2, big swing and miss on the slider. That does it. Griffin Canning works a nice 1-2-3 inning in the second, and now, folks, we have the bottom of the second, still tied 0-0. I'm going to post now an X real quick. Bear with me 1 second, everybody. I just want to post the clip I had for Alonso. Just give me 1 second, everybody. I'm just posting a tweet quick, and I take forever with everything. So thank you for your patience. When Canny was released by the Braves, I immediately said he's a Met now, and then I thought he's going to work out for us somehow, despite having the worst year last year because Stearns. You saw this, Zach. I'm glad that you did. And yeah, I kind of forget about his stint with the Braves because it was so short, like you said. But, you know, hey, what is one's trash is another man's treasure. And we'll take that for what it is right now. Let's see. Wardy, I have a question. Why did they bring Kranick down? It was basically it was legal roster manipulation. So many of you guys saw this already, but the Mets called up Jose Ascar. They put Jose Siri on the IL. They sent up Max Kranick and they sent down Justin Hageman. Because if the Mets sent down Kranick a different day than what they did, he would have had to stay a mandatory 15 days there that we saw in the minor leagues. By the Mets waiting the way that they did, and then waiting to place Jose Siri, that allowed it to be the corresponding move. And then Hageman was sent down. So that way, it's again legal roster manipulation. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, let's go. Marky V goes Oppo. And we have ourselves a 1-0 lead. That is why he's batting fourth tonight, baby. Let's go. What a swing by Mark. Just stayed fair. Bang. Let's go, baby. Attaboy, Mark. Attaboy. Hype me up. Finally. Great start by the boys. Let's go, baby. Let's get the hype in the chat going. I want to see it here to everyone watching live right now and everyone watching the playback gap. Let's spam the hype for Mark Vientos in the chat as it's quickly 0-2 here to BrandonNYM. Oh my God, nothing better than an opposite field home run. That'll save me. Breaking ball taken by BrandonNYM. It's 1-2 on the count. Pissed on that thing. You kidding me? All the way up. Oh, tanked. 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 That looked like it was a little in on him too from that angle. That was fantastic. Nemo's going to ground out, and there's one away. Okay, folks, that's a breaking ball taken outside there to Marte, and it's 1-0 on the count. One away here, bottom of the second. If you guys are first chiming in, Mark Vientos just gave the Mets a 1-0 lead with an opposite field home run here in the second. BrandonNYM grounded out, and now Marte pokes one oppo, but that goes foul. 1-1 back even on the count here. And the 2-1 of Marte. There we go. Shout out to Marte. He gets on. There we go, baby. Starling Marte. I'll say, even though he hasn't hit for much so far this year, he can hit 280 in his sleep. As long as he gets consistent reps, which I know he won't for the Mets too much this year, he can definitely hit plenty. Good job there by Marte. We'll take that, baby. No, GSU, I'm not. He usually hits for some pretty high contact. Marte can hit well for contact. It's the home runs that obviously are going to be few and far in between with him. So we got a runner in scoring position in Mr. Starling Marte. We have Louis Torrens here at the bat, and it's 1-0 on the count, and the bottom is second. Mets up by 1. Okay, that's going to be a ball taken down, and it's 2-0 on the count to Torrens. How are we doing, everybody? Chiming in live here on YouTube as well as the playback.tv app. We're happy to have you in here as we're watching the game and reacting live in real time with your guy, Wardy. Make sure to join us at playback.tv/WardyNYM to get the true in-game experience by watching the game live with me versus just having the scoreboard that you guys see here on YouTube. 2-1 is the count, folks. Marte is at second, and it's the bottom of the second with 26 pitches in for Palante. And the 2-2. Hacked away foul. Staying alive is Torrens here, everybody. 2-2 count. Marte's at second after he just ripped a double. Brett Beatty's on deck, who gets the start at second base over Luis Angel Acuna. But I assure you, all it's going to take is a couple bad at Beatty at bats to warrant an Acuna spot later in this ball game. I don't think we're going to see this whole game without Acuna. I'd be surprised. Torrens is going to stop that. Torrens is going to top that one off foul to the left side. And it's still 2-2. Everyone watching live on YouTube, help us get to 100 likes, everybody. And thank you so much for doing exactly that. If you guys are watching in the playback.tv app, thank you so much for being in here as well. Rebecca, how are you? Thank you so much for chiming in. Rebecca, again, my condolences. I did see your message this past night. I seriously feel for you and your entire family. But I appreciate you still going out of your way to chime into the content and take part as much in the Mets community as you have. Wishing you and your family the absolute best. Seriously. 2-2 on the count here for Torrens. Marte's ready to run. And a pitch. And that's going to be pulled in. Unfortunately, a soft ground out for Torrens. And that's the second out of the inning. Zach, yes, that was. Of course that was. There's only one of his kind. And that's going to be a fastball up and in there. 93 from Palante to Beatty. And it's 1-0 on the count. Here comes Brett the Met, everybody. Come on, drop. Yes, let's go. Yes, let's go, Brett. That's what I'm talking about, Brett. Going Oppo. 2-out RBI single, and the Mets have themselves a 2-0 lead. Yes, Beatty, finally. Hell yeah. Hype me up. Let's go. Jason says, you know your pitcher's in trouble when Beatty gets hits on you. That's funny. That's hilarious. There we go. I roll with a 2-out first pitch single. 2-on, 2-way. Bomb is second. Mets are working early. Come on, baby. Tyrone Taylor and Brett Beatty go back-to-back on the hits. And here comes Mr. Smile himself and Francisco Lindor, everybody. Let's lock in. Oh, baby. Come on. Finally, we have some early offense in these playback streams. Every time we've been doing them, it's been against the Marlins and we haven't hit for shit. Finally, we got something early here against the Cards. Let's go. This is how you start a homestand. Take advantage of the soft tossing right-hander. He might have some solid off-speed and breaking pitches, but I don't care. Come on, Frankie. First pitch to Lindor, 2-on, 2-away. That's going to be a fastball just inside, and it's 0-1. Lindor has already led off the ball game with a single that we saw in the first, trying to drive in a run here with 2 out and 2 on. The bottom of second. Mets up by a pair. And the 0-1. Fastball up there to Lindor, and we're back even on the count 1-1. GSU, the funny thing is that I actually have a pretty good record at Citi Field, but over my past 4 games, I'm 1-3 because I only went 3 times last year or so. Actually, that's not true. I went more than 3 times last year, but I had a losing record last season. This year, first game, of course, was the worst game of the year. So if the next game I go to is another snooze fest offensively, then you guys can officially blame yours truly. But we need at least a 2 to 3 game sample size. Can't just be one. Unless you guys are giving me the Juan Soto treatment, then so be it. Yeah, I sadly missed like the bulk of the Mets run that they had last year. Um, you've been blaming me for the past 2+ seasons. That makes no sense, GSU. I had a winning record in 2022 and 2023. Even when the Mets were shit in 2023, I had a winning record. And Lindor's going to take a fastball down, and it's full count. Meatballs by Palante. Gary thinks there's something wrong with him. Quite frankly, I don't care. Time to tee up, baby. Francisco Lindor. Let's go. And the 3-2 by Lindor. Palante sets. And that's ripped to the right side. And it's fair. There we go. Bobbled by Walker. And comes in a run at least. Will there be two? No. Lindor stuck between first and second. They sent him to run home. And he does. Let's go. Yeah. What a job by Francisco Lindor. Holy shit. What a play. Bang. That's how you end the inning, baby. What a job by Francisco. Wow! That was such an IQ play. You're 1,000% right, Nathan. What a play. Lindor's like, let me just get stuck here. Get your ass home, baby. Here comes TT, and the Mets are up by 4. Oh, yeah. Hype me up. Hype me up. Guys, that was such an amazing sequence. Zelda, I'm not actively, but I do have okay, so I have a Discord chat. There's a decent amount of people in it, but I haven't been promoting it the past season because of the fact that I just haven't been able to be active in it. But should we get the Discord up and running again consistently this year, then I will most certainly make sure that you guys can take part in it. Just don't have it that well right now. What a play by Lindor, guys. That was amazing. Again, guys, make sure to chime in as we are live in the playback app by scanning the QR code if you're watching live on YouTube, or if you're click the link that we have in the chat on YouTube, or if you guys are already in playback, happy to have you in here. Oh my God, Lindor, you madman. That was such a smart play. We're going to post that clip on X right now. That was fun. Okay, 1-0 on the count here to Victor Scott, everybody. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to be delayed because I'm posting this. That's hilarious. Heinz said somebody call 911. That's hilarious. That's good. That's good. That should be Soto's walk up now. That was so good. I can't get over how good of a play that was. Seriously. That was so much fun. Okay, folks. One on, top of the third. And here's Lars Nootbaar. We're back to the top of the order here. for the Mets Cardinals. Here we go. Fastball dotted. Okay. All right. So when the cards throw up and in just a little bit, that gets the call. But when you dot the outside corner, that doesn't. Gotcha. So we're just going to be an asshole. Noted. Pardon my French, everybody. There we go. Terens throws him out, and folks, there is one away. Tremendous job on the speedster, Scott. Not enough when you have the cannon arm of Luis Terens. They're reviewing the Cardinals. Are they going to challenge? I don't believe that they are. What a great throw on the money by Luis Terens. He's such a dog. Love to see that. Oh, wait, he's safe? Oh, wait, he's safe. You're right. You're right. My bad. My bad. I'll shut up. I didn't see the review until now. It was a great throw, no less, by Terens. But sadly, Scott, I do think he may have gone in there safe. He did get in there safe. Lindor couldn't get the tag down in time. And he didn't get off the base either. Damn, that sucks. Great throw there by Terens. Not his fault. Sometimes guys are just going to beat you. Scott has yet to be caught this season. I'd appreciate if they could just make the call right once instead of us having to do these challenges every single game. You know, it'd be great if the umpires across the infield actually did their job for once. I know it's hard to comprehend, but I promise you it would be better for the game if that was the case. 2-1 here for Griffin Canny and Lars Nootbaar. Runner in scoring position. No way. Top of the third. Mets up by 4. Pitch number 41 coming from Canning, and he sets. That's going to be a breaking ball down there on with the, what was that, the slider? 3-1. Get their eyes checked. I know they need LASIK is what they need. A shout out to my friends at LASIK because they've been tweeting a lot of funny stuff on the on socials lately on like how every MLB umpire gets free LASIK should they wish. C-Max says it in the chat too. You know what's up. The 3-1. Oh, that's a half swing. Did he go? He did. Full count out of Lars Nootbaar. Big swing and miss by Nootbaar and a meatball down the pipe, and there's one away. Alrighty, folks. One away, one in scoring position. Top of the third. Mets up by 4. We're live here in the Playback app, so check us out by going to playback.tv/WardyNYM. That way you can watch a Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy. But if you just want to chime into the YouTube show here with the scoreboard, you can certainly do that too. Let's say I'm listening to the game on satellite radio, and they are almost a minute behind. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Christina. Everyone's either going to be behind or ahead. No one's going to be completely in sync when it comes to these things. And the 0-1 by Canning. Completely out of the zone there. Not even close there. And it's 1-1. No, we can't blame Angel Hernandez anymore because he's not even in the league. Keto, my man, how are you? Thank you so much for chiming in. Hines, I know you've been awesome. You guys have been awesome supporters, members in the past. We appreciate you guys greatly for chiming in. And the 1-1 of Contreras. Chopper to the left side, foul. And the 1-2. Big swing and miss on the fastball up and in. Another strikeout for Cannon. And now there's two away with the runner in scoring position. Come on, Griffin. Let's get out of this inning, baby. Who is this guy? Griffin Canning? Is that your question, Tingus? And the first pitch here to Mr. Donovan, bobbled by Terens. Scott gets a third base in a snap of a finger. Literally. Come on, baby. And here's the 1-0 by Canning. That's going to be up the middle. Played nicely by Lindor, but he can't make the throw. A run comes in. Great job by Lindor to make sure he didn't get past the infield for the most part there, but just too tough of a play to try to make. No chance to get throw at home. And just a split second of him dropping the ball meant that the runner would get there safely at first. Okay, Brendan Donovan is on for the second time today. First was with a fielder's choice. Second time is now going to be an infield single. All right, folks, it's a three-run ball game. Canning checks back at first, making sure Donovan ain't going anywhere. And here's Nolan Arenado, who reached base safely his first time up with a walk. Big swing and miss there by Arenado. It's quickly 0-2. Yeah, Jay, that was a tough one, too. Like, I can't fault him for that. Other games, we can fault Lindor for his errors. Not there. That was just hard hit ball that he couldn't get to beyond just making the nice snag initially. Terens gets in front of that one, and it's 1-2 on the count now for Arenado, as he has a runner on first with two away, as the Cardinals have cut the Mets lead from 4-0 to 4-1, thanks to a Brendan Donovan infield RBI single. And the 1-2 by Canning. He sets the pitch. Chopper completely topped over. Plenty time for Beatty. Tosses a first, and that does it there for the inning. Mets at the bottom of third, still up 4-1. Apologies, everybody. Give me 1 second as I'm making sure I have my notes all set for how this game is going right now. So that way, when we do our post game segment, I make sure I don't miss anything, because that happens if I don't have my notes the way I like them. Alrighty, everybody. The Mets are currently up 4-1, as that is going to be a first pitch upstairs that we're going to see to get this party started here to Juan Soto. Should be first pitch upstairs because I'm seeing it. Okay, so what's happening here? How are we already into the Soto at bat? And I haven't seen it in playback yet. What's going on? Come on. There we go. Yeah, I was completely behind. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm behind by like 2 pitches versus the MLB app, which is unfortunate. And the 1-0. And that's going to be a fastball down the pipe to Juan. And it's 1-1. And the 1-1. Big swing and miss there on the breaking ball upstairs. Hacked on that. 1-2. And the 1-2. Here to Juan. Okay, spits on that breaking ball out of the zone. It's back even on the count now, 2-2. I know, easy. You never want to see Juan Soto swing at pitches he shouldn't swing at. I don't disagree with you. And the 2-2 for Juan. Palante sets. The pitch. Tops on one over foul. What was a curveball right down the pipe. And here's the 2-2 to Soto. That's going to be topped over foul. See, that's middle, 94 miles per hour. That Soto just is not timing right now. He rips that every single day of the week. Every single day of the week, he rips that usually. And the 2-2 to Soto again. Pitch number 46 by Palante. And that's going to be hacked, and he's going to be out. Bad strikeout for Juan Soto. Chases a slider. And I hear more boos by the fans. You know, it's almost like if a player is in his head a little bit to not add to it. Who would have thought? It's almost like we went through this shit with Lindor and Beltran, yet we're just going to disregard it. Alonso swings right through the fastball, 95. Fastest pitch by Palante so far tonight. And it's 0-1. That's going to be breaking ball outside. GSU, we're throwing you out at Citi Field for booing in the chat right now. We're throwing you out. Come on, guy. Come on. Palante throws freaking meatballs. And the 1-1. And of course, Pete swinging on the slider. What are we doing? 2-way. Beautifully baited pitch. Here comes Mark Vientos. Vientos, who got the party started for the Mets today with an opposite field home run to right. He's now up, folks. Who now has a 159 average with his first home run that we saw and 5 RBIs or so on the season. That's going to be down the dirt there on the breaking ball, and it's 1-0 on the count. And the 1-0. Good take by Mark. Just missed outside the zone there with the slider, and it's 2-0. And the 2-0. Hacked away foul on the fastball, 95 down and in. It's 2-1 on the count. Vientos, who had himself a nice home run against the Cardinals here earlier tonight, also has had the flair for the dramatic against this Cardinals team. SNY showing the highlight that got started for Vientos' tremendous 2024 run with the pinch hit bomb that we saw to walk it off for the Mets on April 28th against these same Cardinals. And the 2-2 here to Vientos. Palante sets pitch number 54. That's going to be chopped over. It's a tough play. Vientos is slow, though. And of course, every other base runner in the Mets organization would have been safe. But I love Mark to death, but he's slow as a guy trying to move a molasses. It just doesn't work. Nolan still does have it defensively, no denying that, but that's just more on Vientos not being able to run than anything else. We're going to actually take a look now, folks, at the Guardians and Orioles game. As when we put this on just a couple innings ago, right as we did, we saw a 2-run ding-dong dead center by O'Hearn to give them a 4-1 lead. It is now a 4-2 Orioles lead as the Guardians took a run away. And now let's see what happens here. Tanner Bybee in the bottom of 6, 0-2 count here. Well, Westberg, pitch number 96 underway. He sets the pitch. Fastball down the middle. Handled. Double play ball in action. Will it be turned? No, will be not. Westberg gets on there on the fielder's choice. Force out at second is out. And there's now 2 on, 2 out, 1 on for the O's here in the bottom of the 6th. And again, guys, if you're watching in the playback app with us, you'll be able to actually see us watching different games outside of just the Mets because we can flip-flop just like any other channel would if you're watching on television. So here we go now. Back to the... this is exciting. Let's see what Keston Kjerstad can do. 0 for 1 on the day in the bottom of 6 here. 2 out. First pitch. That's going to be off speed. That misses upstairs. And it's 1-0. I'll probably call another pitch or two, then I'll head back to the Mets game. And the 1-0 from Bybee. That's going to be dotted. Back even on the count, 1-1. Now let's head back to the Mets game because I think it's on. Oh, no, it's not. It's not yet. Hold on. Okay, the 1-1 from Bybee. Bybee, bottom of the 6th. O's up by 2. That's ripped. It's high. It's far. It is gone. A solo shot for Keston Kjerstad continues the Orioles' home run spree as they are now up 6-2 on Tanner Bybee and the Guardians here at the bottom of the 6th. What is with me calling home runs every time I click on this Orioles game? We got to clip that. That's hilarious. Are you kidding me? Like, literally, guys, we've only watched like 2 minutes total of this Orioles game today in the Watch Party app, and the playback app, I should say. And both times, tanks happened. First was O'Hearn, first pitch fastball down the pipe in. Sayonara, it's out of here. And the second one is here, Kjerstad just getting all that bad boy. What a nuke. Good for Keston. Heston, I should say. Love that. All right, let's get back to the Mets game now. 2-1 on the count to Alec Burleson, everybody. Mets up by 3, top of the 4th. Griffin Canning gets set for pitch number 57. Oh, there we go. A perfectly placed bunt by Alec Burleson like the schmuck that he is, and he is on with an infield bunt. Jester, why can't you bring the same vibe of the Mets game? I wish I could. At least we're up by 3. Trust me, I wish I could bring all the home runs. In time. It'll come in time. Okay, folks, leadoff runner on here for the Cardinals, and here's the slugging Jordan Walker. Pitch number 58 by Canning, but he sets back to first to make sure Burleson ain't going anywhere, and everyone resets. Maybe it's me, but it looks like you have the team on one side and Soto is on the other side, just like Jack Parkman in Major League 2. Oh, Major League 2. I get what you're saying, Dino Caps. Out of the game right now, Andres. Have a blast, baby. Enjoy the game. Don't listen to the schmuck that is me right now. Go enjoy the game, baby. Thank you so much for chiming in, though. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, the big inning stuff is enjoyable for sure. Good too. I actually run that late at night, especially for the West Coast games while I'm editing, because I usually have that running while I'm editing my Big Bets update segment videos. That's fastball right down the pipe there from Canning to Walker, and it's 0-2. You guys are just chiming in. We just saw the Cardinals kickstart the inning with an opposite field infield bunt, obviously infield, by Alec Burleson, who takes advantage of Vientos playing deep at third, and there's one on with no away. Big swing and miss there. And there we go. Fastball outside, not a problem. Jordan Walker goes right under it, and there's one away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I find this more funny than I should. The Post came out with a piece earlier as Phil Maton tells the Post he's out for revenge against 29 teams, including the Mets, for free agency snub. It's personal. Maton didn't sign with a team until after free agency happened as we got into spring training. Nothing personal at all against Maton because he was electric for us during the regular season last year. He was just overworked, and you can't be throwing meatballs down the pipe in playoffs. They're going to rip it every single time. I wish Maton well outside of this series. I just find that funny because I'm like, what are you going to do, Phil? Blow me away with your 92 gas? Like, it's just, again, he's going to probably dominate when he pitches an inning or two this series. But the point I'm trying to make is I just find that funny. Phil Maton, everyone's most fearful reliever in Major League Baseball, is out for revenge against the league. Give him hell, Phil. Big swing and miss there by Mr. Gorman, and that does it, folks. Great job. Back-to-back strikeouts for Griffin Canning as there's one on, two away in the top of the fourth. Shrek and Gray member of 45 months says 5 innings annual start pregame bullpen. Let's see. 5 innings annual start pregame. I'm sorry, Shrek, and you're okay. Postseason. There we go. Thank you. I was wondering what you were going to say for a second. And the first pitch, hacked away foul by Pies. And we're 0-1. I did hear that Jorge Lopez with that situation yesterday. Yep. Jorge threw right at McCutcheon's head. Tommy Pham, Mets legend, didn't take kindly to it about in regards to the schmuck that is Jorge. Jorge, knowing he's a Washington National reliever, took a page out of the Steve Cishek playbook. For those that don't remember, Steve Cishek famously drilled Lindor right in the helmet. And I was at that game for the Mets opening series to begin the season there in DC. It was crazy. I remember it like it was yesterday. And then we saw Daniel Vogelbach help calm Tommy Pham down into the dugout for the Pirates, as Vogelbach is now a coach in the Pirates organization. Hoagie Vogie, baby. 0-2 on the count here to Pajes, as Canning's looking good so far here in the fourth. Hacked away foul there by Pajes to stay alive, and it's 0-2. Vogelbach's the coach. You're damn right he is, Nathan. Look it up. Yeah, no, he's part of the Pirates coaching staff this year. I'm not even joking. I don't know exactly what his label is, but I know he's in their staff. He's everyone's favorite hitting coach if you love to just stand there and take freaking meatballs down the pipe for a strike on 4 pitches or 3 pitches because I can't count. Holy shit. The 0-2. That's going to be hacked away foul. I'm getting all giddy here. I just find this hilarious, kind of. Sorry. And the 0-2, that's hacked away foul. Nathan, the jokes write themselves sometimes. You don't always need to. Come on, Canning. Let's strike out 3 straight to end this inning after letting that leadoff man get on with a bunt. Come on, baby. Pitch number 69. Nice. Here in the top of the fourth, 0-2, one on, two away. He sets the pitch. Not biting on that slider. 1-2. You guys would like to join us? We're live here in the Playback app. Simply head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM. Check us out. You sign up for free, and all you need is your MLB TV subscription. You'll be able to watch the Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy here. And the 1-2 by Canning. Chopped away foul by Pages. Out in front of that one. Still 1-2. And the 1-2 by Canning. Got it. There we go. What? Are you Oh. Are you? Oh my God. Why is Canning getting squeezed, but Palante isn't? There's been one call that was a borderline strike that went in the Mets' favor that I would say, okay, that was a generous call a little bit. Outside of that, not the case at all. Are you kidding me? I swear to hell, if Pages gets walked after that was a dotted inside corner by Canning, this is going to be such bull. He's already 70 pitches in. Like, come on. Full count, 72 pitches in for Canning. Runner on first, two-way, top of the fourth. Mets up by 3. Canning sets, he checks back at first. Make sure that Burleson isn't going anywhere. That's an annoying call to not go our way, guys. Annoying. Strike him out. Come on. And the 3-2. There we go. He bites on the slider like the schmuck that he is. Mets head the bottom of the fourth. They're still up here 4-1. There we go. Shout out Canning striking out 3 in a row after giving up a leadoff single of a bunt. I'll take it. Even Gary Thorne said it was a bit inside my point. My point. Oh, wait. No, wait. Did you just say Canning's pitch was a bit inside? I disagree. That was a dotted corner. Respectfully disagree. Yo, shout out to YouTube for just not having the notifications figured out whatsoever. Why the hell did I just get a notification on my phone about the post that I dropped hours ago that I'd be going live tonight for playback? Why did my graphic from the community tab just pop up on my phone? YouTube, get it together, please. Please. I'd appreciate it. We got 32,000 people here. You know, they would like to be notified when we're doing things, but not until already we're like, what, an hour and a half into a show? Like, what are we doing here? Stupid. Hold on, everybody. I'm just tweeting out the strikeout by Canning there. Give me 1 second. That's the Astro. Alrighty, folks, we're back at it, and we're back in the bottom of the fourth. Mets up by 3. Let's do this thing. You guys are chiming in live. Thank you so much for doing exactly that. Smash a like button if you're watching on YouTube. Help us get to 100 likes. If you're watching this in the playback app, just continue to stay beautiful the way that you guys have been. And the 1-1. And that's hacked away foul by Nimmo. 2-2 on the count here, everybody, for Brandon Nimmo. We need to see Nimmo continue to take at bats where he's not swinging first pitch every time. And he's going to chop that another soft ground. And Nimmo's bolting. He's safe. Give him that. No, review that. Review that. Nimmo might have got there. Nimmo might have got there. They might challenge. Granted, I'm not happy that Nimmo unfortunately grounded out the way that he did. They're not going to challenge. Soft ground out by Nimmo again. Oh my god, that was close. Oh, he just missed it. Marte is going to hack that one foul, and it's 0-1. I appreciate Nimmo hustling down the line there like he typically does, but just frustrating because, again, we would like to see Nimmo grind out at bats, but still be able to hit and go gap to gap the way that we need him to, batting fourth or fifth this entire season right now. Yes, Sophia, that's 100% true. You like how they rotate Keith and Ronnie based on the teams they were on? Ron did the A's and now Keith doing the Cardinals. 100% agree. And the 0-2. That's going to be breaking ball inside. And it's 1-2 now on the count. 2-2, everybody. There we go. Oh, Marte robbed of a single. Gorman makes a really nice catch there around second base, and there's two away. Good play. Not going to be mad about that. Tip the cap. Easy. Easy. We can't just be throwing that word around after a guy makes a good defensive web check. Killing me. You guys, if you're not in the playback app, you're missing out. There's some unhinged things going on in the chat. Terens is going to ground out softly opposite field, and that does it there for the inning, folks. We now head to the top of the fifth. Mets still up 4-1. Let's see. But I thought I'd be different than YouTube. Yes, I can. Okay, so let's see. Inner question: are we supposed to be seeing clips or live game feed on here? The listing on YouTube and sign up for this. Okay, Tron. So what you need to do is, if you're actually here in the app and if you sign in to your MLB TV account, don't watch me on YouTube because there's no point for you to watch me on YouTube. Just stay in the playback app. Don't bother in YouTube, and you'll be able to watch the actual Mets game live in the playback app with us. And you can control the volume as to if you want to listen to more of me or if you want to listen to more GKR. It's up to you. I'll be right back, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay, folks, we're back. Let's get back to this Mets game, shall we? Okay, Griffin Canning here in the top of the fifth. Well, very well could be his final inning today, unless he gets some quick work here on Scott, and then back to the top of the order. And Jerry, I was just showing another game go on while the Mets game was in between innings. That's all. If you're watching the playback app, that is. But here's the 0-1 count from Canning to Scott. Big swing and miss there on the breaking ball, and we're quickly 0-2. Jerry, thank you for chiming in. Nathan, thank you so much. I appreciate that too. I'm glad you like this more than YouTube. Again, guys, the whole point is to incentivize you to go from YouTube into the playback app to watch along and take part with us. 0-2 on the count here, folks. 76 pitches in for Griffin Canning. I can never go back to watching on YouTube after discovering. I know it's so nice, isn't it, Vinny? I'm not even joking. Like, when I started working with them and I did checked out the layout of their platform, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. It's really enjoyable. I've already used them multiple times for Knicks games for watching Knicks creators, and I've already used them as well for NFL once, and that was cool. Big swing and miss there. 93 heat upstairs. Scott swings right through it. No bunt single this time, and there's one away. Top of the fifth. I got to give credit where credit's due. Griffin Canning, GSU, of course, YouTube watchers matter. That's not, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying, or you're just being a pain. That's it. It's 20 seconds ahead of you, Wardy. I know it's going to be ahead of me, JTB. That's okay. That's normal. Can't do anything about that. Um, it's not about me caring or not on the YouTube front. It's more so on the fact that I'm trying to bring my YouTube viewers into here because if you have an MLB TV subscription, I think you guys will enjoy this experience more than just watching the scoreboard. That's the difference. You know what I mean? But again, to each their own. The 0-1, that's going to be a breaking ball called strike. There we go. A generous call finally going in Canning's favor. It took long enough. And it's quickly 0-2 on the count. GSU, I'm sorry. Accept my apology if that was the case. 1-2, 81 pitches in for Canning. Hacked away foul. Vientos trying to get there, but it's clearly in foul territory. Not far from my guy Giraffe Neck Mark because I know he has season tickets right around the third baseline. Might hit a game with him next week. We'll see what happens. So be on the lookout for that. JTB. Backing me up. Did he go? He did not. It's back even on the count 2-2. And the 2-2. Okay, put in play. Playable for Taylor, and there's two away. There we go, everybody. So it does appear like this will probably be Griffin Canning's final inning. I'd be surprised if he goes out there in the sixth. He's already 84 pitches in, but we'll see if he can get a first pitch out here or not, and if they'll try to stretch him to 100. Yep, four seams used a lot tonight. 45% of the time wasn't lying. And that four seam can definitely be stressful when things are not working for him because it can be a meatball. But thankfully, at this point, Canny has done pretty well with his location. Okay, grab. There we go. First pitch grab out. There we go, Contreras. Love that. Broken Jester, I'd be happy to take you up on that offer. So what I need you to do, my man, is to please just reach out to me via email at I would say via email at official WardyNYM at gmail.com. Or you can hit me up on DM on X. There are so many DMs I fortunately haven't been able to get to over the past couple of years because I've been flooded with them. And I don't say that as a brag or anything. It happens because I interact with so many Mets fans on the daily and I can't get back to everyone as much as I'd like on my hectic schedule. So reach out to me over DM or over email of officialwardynym at gmail.com. And speaking of officialwardynym at gmail.com, especially when it comes to hitting games, everybody, listen up, folks. If you guys want to hit games with Wardy this year, you're in luck. We're doing official events at Citi Field this season in the summer. And what you guys need to do in order to get early access, so that way, when the drop officially happens within the next week or two, where I'm going to post a graphic, I'm going to tell you the price point of the tickets, why they are the price point that they are, with the perks that you get along with hanging out with me for the entire game. You guys will get first dibs on that. And all you need to do in order to get the pre-sale is to simply email officialwardynym at gmail.com. It is down below in the description of the live show here on YouTube. And then playback, again, just head over to the YouTube channel, go down there in the description in case you didn't hear it enough. Officialwardynym, WARDY at gmail.com, and send me your full name and the amount of tickets that you would have interest in should you want to take part in the event that we're doing. It's not the only event we're doing at Citi Field this year, but this is the current event that we're doing with the largest group of people that are expected to attend. So be on the lookout for that. We'll have official word on that hopefully before the month's end. That is the goal here, but very excited. We're doing a lot of things at Citi Field that we otherwise haven't done in the past. And to say I'm excited is an understatement. We're going to have a lot of fun actually hanging out with the community this time. There you see GSU. There you go. Exactly. Beer and a hot dog on Wardy. There you go. And broken sounds great. I'll definitely make sure to check out the email. Just make sure that it is you have your handle in there or that you say, "Hey, I'm Broken Jester." That way I know it's you. And I'll check it out post game today, if not in the AM. Not a problem. First pitch, second pitch to Brett, and that's going to be dotted corner inside, and it's 1-1. Cannon's going to top that one over. Will he get there to first in time? He will not. And there's one away. Tops over the breaking ball. 0-1 on, pardon me, not 0-1 on the count. One away. 69 pitches in for, was it Adrian? Not Adrian. Andrew Palante, I believe. Here we go. What would a Sandy or Pablo Lopez trade look like? Decent amount of prospects for sure, because they both have more than 1 year of control. Tyler Soderstrom is killing it. Oh, he's been awesome. Yeah. No, he's been awesome. Soderstrom, the only bad thing about him is he can't figure out first base defense yet because he's transitioning from a catcher to first. Taylor grounds out first pitch swinging, and there's quickly two away in the bottom of the fifth, everybody. Daniel, you might get it. We'll see. Here comes Lindor now with two away. Bottom of the fifth. Lindor is 2 for 2 on the day, driving in a run and then a second coming in with his great base running, fooling that Cardinals infield. That led to the Mets' initial 4-0 lead before they took a run back a half inning later. Lindor's going to hack that one away foul, and it's 1-2 on the count. And the 1-2 by Palante. Lindor's going to poke that foul. Staying 1-2. I'm in NY watching more Dodgers games than Mets. Freaking Spectrum. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Use a VPN if you can. That's it. What was the roster move with Siri you heard? Max Krennic back up. Jose Ascar called up. Justin Hageman sent down. No way. Lindor just golfed doing that for his third hit of the game. That looks like that hit the ground first. Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. Oh my God, they're zooming in on Evan Roberts on the broadcast. Do they even know? Little does Evan know. He's going to be like, oh shit. He had his head down. Didn't even see it. Evan's too worried about live tweeting. That's funny. Oh, now they got Evan Tiki and the crew there on the broadcast. They're sitting behind home plate in the 300s level, I think. Here's Soto gets a called strike one, fastball below the knees. Terrible call by the ump. But of course, he's going to get screwed like that right now. Okay, and that's back to first, that being Lindor. Still on one. Come on, Soto. Come on, baby. Big swing and miss by Soto on 92 upstairs. Not ideal. Not good. Alrighty, folks. And the 1-2 here to Juan Soto. Of course. Are you kidding me? Soto's getting unlucky. This is a second ball that he hit really well there that just couldn't get out of the infield. Really good glove gems that we've seen by the infield of the Cardinals. I'm not going to fault him there. That's just unfortunate. Ah. Ah. Is Canning done, or you guys think he's coming back out for one more? Think one more? Hope one more. That'd be nice. Let's see what happens. You can tell he's off. Oh, 100%. He is off with his body language. I don't agree. I don't disagree. Even with the home runs that he hit against the Twins, obviously, those were the only hits that he had in those respective games. And he just ran into them as he should. Like, those are the home runs that he should be hitting. Brazo available. I mean, he pitched once yesterday. He pitched one inning a day ago. I don't think they'll use him today unless they absolutely need to. Why do I think Soto's so off? I think it's just in part with getting adjusted to being on a new team, how he's pitched. You know, there's so many factors that go into it. Like, Soto wasn't just guns ablazing his entire time with the Padres either. Like, he had his ebbs and flows. So, like, these things are naturally going to happen. Kenny is in. Thank you so much, CAG. I appreciate that. So there we go. Canning's going to start the inning at least. Let's see. Can Canning give us a full sixth inning? Come on, Griffin. Do it for me, baby. Okay, and that's going to be pitch inside there. Slider 1-0. Good swing by Canny and I. Already up to 7 Ks. Let's strike out the side, Griffin. Let's strike out the side and finish with a 10K day, 6 innings of one hit ball. How about that? Kevin, I'm glad that you've been enjoying this. Thank you so much. I'm glad that the feedback's been positive from everyone in the chat here in Playback. Don't miss out, guys. Head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM to get involved in our watch parties just like this throughout the course of the season. We do at least one every single week, and we will eventually get into a groove of doing twice a week, but just more when my schedule allows it. Because right now I'm just have a lot of juggling going on each day. Frankie, thank you. I appreciate that. There's Jose Azocar and the 1-0 by Canning. Here to Donovan. Top of the sixth. Mets up by 3. Pitch number 87. That's going to be dotted. Nice job there on the slider. It's 1-1. Mets fan, I'm glad you'd like it too. Thank you kindly for that. No Diaz. We'll have to wait and see. And I need Edwin to just give us a clean inning, please, if he does come in today. Hacked foul there by Donovan. It's 1-2. How do you get there? So all you need to do, Mr. Delightful, if you would like to join us, is one, you got to make sure you have an MLB TV subscription. That's the most important thing. Because if you don't have one, then there's no point for you to take part in playback because the entire point is to watch the game live with us. That's why it's free to sign up to get into playback, but you need an MLB TV subscription. So all you have to do is click the link that's pinned in the chat of the YouTube show. Go over to the top where you see Join Wardy's live Mets watch parties on playback. Click that. Make sure it expands. Show the link. It'll be www.playback.tv/WardyNYM. It's also linked down below in the description, and that's how you can join. GSU, stop being a schmuck. Hacked away foul there by Donovan, and it's still 2-2. He does have some late movement. You're right. And that's what's led to his success today. Alrighty, folks. And the 2-2 by Canning. Out of the zone. Full count. If Canning walks Donovan, he's done. He might be done regardless of this at bat, but he's definitely done if Donovan gets on base. He should be at least. And the 3-2. Chopped. Foul to the right side. Still full count. Come on, baby. And the 3-2. Big swing and miss. There we go, Griffin. Dog. 8 punchies and counting. Nasty. Nasty work. Canning deserves to face another. Great job by Terens to catch that foul tip. All right, Canning's facing Arenado. Come on. Oh, Kevin, you're right. Zuber tweets those all the time. Big swing and miss on a slider that was perfectly in the zone there. 0-1 on the count, Arenado. Canning's feeling it now. Come on, Griffin. Come on, baby. Getting me all giddy out here. On what is it, a Thursday night? Shit. 0-1. Slider misses down and away. Back even on the count, 1-1. Canning and the Mets enter tonight's game with the best starter ERA at 2.54. Best in baseball. Jester, I can see why. That makes sense. And the 1-1 misses outside with a fastball down. 2-1. 97 pitches and counting for Griffin Canning. Mets wouldn't mind him finishing this inning, but he's going to need to make sure no one gets on. And the 2-1 misses down. Arenado's in quite the hitter's count now, 3-1. Reed Garrett is ready to go in the bullpen. He's throwing hard. The 3-1 Mike Canning, pitch number 99. He sets. Popped up foul by Arenado. We're now full count. Come on, baby. Give me another strikeout. Come on. Can we get a strikeout on pitch number 100? Come on, baby. Come on, Griffin. High me up, Griffin. And the 3-2. Chopper, ground ball. There we go. Lindor plays it. 2 down. Let Canning stay. Don't pull him, Mendy. Yes! I freaking love you. Thank you, Mendy, for having a game feel and not just being a pain in the ass to be like, well, the analytics say I got to take you out after 5.2 innings, buddy, because you're on 100 pitches. Shut up. Come on. Not Kevin Cash missed me with that nonsense. Come on. 100 pitches in for Griffin Canning. Oh, baby. First pitch to Burleson. Strike right down the pipe. There we go. 0-1. Explosive, I probably won't, but I'll see snippets of it. I don't even know when it is, so that answers your question probably. And the 0-1. Chopper, Canning, plays it. Yes! What an outing for Griffin Canning, you beautiful son of a bitch. Wow! Brilliant job by Griffin Canning. He goes 6 strong innings. First outing of the year, he goes 6. 8 punchies. Oh, baby. Great job by Griffin Canning. That was masterful work, especially keeping the ball down in the zone like that today. Great job. Great job. Sorry, folks. I'm just tweeting it out quick as final line. Maybe 1 second, everybody. Thank you for your patience. That was just a fantastic out. Like, holy shout out to Jacob in the playback chat, too. Jacob's watching and doing the live graphics for Wardy in real time on socials. What a G. What a freaking G. Jacob, you forgot to tell me, too. How was, or maybe you did tell me and I just forgot. If so, I apologize. But you said, what did you say you were doing? You saw Brandon Sproat in Syracuse the other day against the Iron Pigs, right? How was that? All right, guys, here's the polar bear now. We're back to the bottom of the 6th, and it's 1-0 on the count. And the 1-0. 2-0 now to Alonso. Good take by Alonso. Now it's 3-0 on the count. Okay, folks. Just an FYI, if I'm slightly delayed in my speaking just over the next any or so, that's just because I'm starting the process of getting everything prepared for our post game. So just fair warning, if I'm a bit more delayed than what I typically am, that's just the case as we reach the latter half of the game because I'm trying to do like 10 things at once to get you guys all set up for post game right after. The 3-2. Alonso hacks a one-away foul. Full count, folks. That's crazy, Jester. That one fan got 3 foul balls in a row. 3-2. Pete. Bad strikeout by Pete. He's mad, but he's wrong. I think he's wrong. Oh, that is a close call. I can understand Alonso being a little mad, but that's too close, I think, for Pete in that situation. Yeah, he might. I think that was just enough. Close. It's close, but I think that's too borderline to be reversed. Vientos first pitch swinging. That's going to ground down. There's quickly 2 away. Exactly, Jester. The first angle didn't look like much, but the top angle looked more not in his favor. It was close, though. Zelda, we're happy to have you back. Here's WardyNYM. Let's see if he will actually put the ball in play that isn't a ground out. Okay, folks. And the 1-0 to Brandon. And that's dotted. 1-1. Okay. Top of the. Oh, that's a strike. Top of the zone, but it's called a ball. And it's 2-1 in Nimmo's favor here. Nimmo hacks a one-away foul, and it's 2-2. Okay. And that's going to be a ball inside. 3-2. Chances of Canning, but no, Canning's done. He already pitched 100 plus pitches. Great outing for him, but he's done. The 3-2. Nimmo rips out one foul, but it's playable. And that's going to fly out there to Nootbaar and left. And that does it for the 6th. 9 outs to play. Mets up by 3. I'm lo- Leave it to David Stearns and this Mets pitching lab, I should say, to have me geeking out over Griffin Canning on April 17th, 2025. Not a chance in hell that happens otherwise. Be right back, folks. Give me 1 second. And we're back, baby. First pitch by Reed Garrett, and that's going to miss outside with the slider. And it's 1 0. Let's see. D. Wilson, thank you so much for chiming in. Great member. We appreciate you. Explosive, happy to have you in here. Mike Nixon, great member. Happy to have you in here. Everybody, we appreciate you greatly. And the 1-1. Big swing and miss there by Walker. And it's 1-2. If you guys would like to chime in and watch the Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy, check out playback.tv/WardyNYM. And thank you so much for doing exactly that. We appreciate you. D, thank you so much for the $5 donation. How are you? Happy to have you in here. Hope all's well with you and your family, D. Thank you so much for being a member. We appreciate you. Rebecca does know ball. I'll give her that. She's been evaluating everything well that I've seen, especially on Canning's outing. She's 100% right. Canning worked below the zone for the majority of the game today, and he didn't really hang too much down the pipe. And when he did, it was in times that the Cardinals were pretty much taking the entire way, so it didn't hurt them. And the 2-2, sawed off foul by Walker. It's still 2-2 on the count. First game that Reed Garrett is pitching in back-to-back days so far this year, at least. And the 2-2, pitch number 7 by Reed. That's going to be down out of the zone. We're at a full count now. One away, everybody. Tyron Taylor gets under that one for the easy flyout. Fastball misses outside by Garrett, and it's 1-0 to Gorman. And the 2-1. Did he go? He did. 2-2 on the half swing by Gorman. And we're back even on the count here, everybody. And the 2-2 to Gorman. What's good, Big Pomp? Happy to have you in the chat. We appreciate you. Happy to have everyone watching live on YouTube as well as here in the playback app. You guys are all amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot, D. It means a lot. Thank you. Seriously. Full count here, folks. Come on, Reed. We're already one away. Let's make it two away. And he's going to rip that one foul. Gorman the right side. And the 3-2 to Gorman from Garrett. Hacked away foul again. And the 3-2. Hacked away foul again. And Gorman's going to take his walk. So Reed Garrett doesn't win the battle there. And Jeremy Hefner is going to give a talking to Reed. Again, folks, if I'm not interacting too much, it's not purposeful. I mean, it is purposeful, but not in a way that I'm trying to upset anybody. Just getting everything set up right now for our post game segment because your guy has to do a lot of editing in a short period of time. So bear with me. And the 1-0, hacked away foul. Back in on the count now is 1-1 for Pajes as there's one on, one away in the top of the seventh. And the 1-1. Dotted. 1 and 2 now. Let's go, Mets and DJ. Let's go, baby. Come on, folks. Mets up by 3. We're in the top of the 7th. 1 on, 1 away. Come on, Reed. Come on, baby. That's a pop-up, but it goes foul. Already a season high 22 pitches in for Reed Garrett. Still needs a couple outs. And the 1-2. That's going to miss out of the zone. Back even on the count now, 2 and 2. Hacked away foul by Pajes, keeping it alive. And it's still 2 and 2. Hacked away foul again. Reed's going to throw 50 pitches. Did he go? There we go. Check swing got him on Pajes. He's not happy, and there's 2 away. Big check swing for a strikeout upstairs, and Reed Garrett is 1 out away from getting out of this jam. Good job, Reed. Come on, baby. 0-1 on the count to Scott the second. 1 on, 2 away. Top of the 7th. And he rips that one high. It's far, but it is, in fact, right there for Tyrone Taylor. And that does it there for the top of the 7th. Time to stretch, everybody. Stand your ass up. Do exactly what your guy Wardy's going to do. I need to stretch for a second. Ay, Dios mío. Oh, my God. Ah. All blurred camera. What happened there? There we go. Ah. Get some stretches in. You'd be surprised how much someone like me can get all stiffed up by just sitting here yapping all day. But it makes sense because I'm doing nothing but sitting yapping all day. So, like, it actually makes endless sense as to why that is. Oh, my God. Back going. Since becoming a dad, lower back gone. That's just mandatory? That's just how it is now. Absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. My knees feel like Taylor from Major League. If you know, you know. And that's just from sitting all day. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. What's good, Peter? Happy to have you in the chat, baby. Hey, Rory, my son's doing great. Thank you for asking. Hope you and your family are doing well also. Chad O'Neill, great member. Happy to have you in here. Let's see. Always, how you doing? Daniel, how you doing? You know what's nice about this? I get to watch baseball. Well, there you go, Daniel. I'm happy to have you in here, baby. Kish, great member. Your back isn't truly gone until the piggybacking days are over. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. Popcorn knees. I'm just imagining all the cracks. You're 100% right. Brandon, if you had back surgery, then you've been through a lot more pain than I have. I don't know what true back pain is yet, if that's the case. I commend you. My son is he's gonna be actually he's gonna be 10 months in just a couple days. So very exciting. Yeah, Shay has been with the bunnies. He has. And he likes them. And they don't mind him, which is cool. I've enjoyed that. He just needs to make sure he doesn't grab them like a stuffed animal because they're actual living things. That's the only thing we got to watch. Marte is going to take that one outside, and it's 1-0 on the count. Oh, Matt's okay. This guy's from Lehigh. So he's from my neighborhood. That's cool. Making his MLB debut. Wishing him the best, but I hope he gets his absolute tits lit right now. I hope he has the worst outing to start his major league career, with all due respect. I hope this is Eric Orzi being thrown in the fire in Pittsburgh all over again. In the case of Swanson, who's pitching for the Cardinals. Marte is going to take a called strike in 96, and it's 1-2. Brandon, I know we'll have to do bunnies if they appear definitely more likely to happen during our watch parties this year than post games. I got more time to do that. Exactly, Jacob. You know. I can't get over the fact that you're right around the block from me, basically, Jacob. And like I didn't know that initially when we first started working together. We'll have to probably, you know what, Jacob, what we'll have to do either sometime this season, next time the Syracuse Mets are back in the Lehigh Valley or something along those lines. Maybe even next time the Mets are back playing the Fightin' Phils in Reading, because I know they just played their series there. We'll have to link up and hit a game together. That'd be fun. Oh, Gary saying the engineers of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. If you guys don't know Bethlehem, what's really fun in August, every single year they do this thing called Music Fest. And some of you guys, even from New York and New Jersey, might know this because people come all from the East Coast area to do it. It's a week plus span, and it's just an excuse to go out and have a good time. You can day drink out on the streets all day long. They have everything blocked off. They have all these food vendors, and they have a lot of different live bands playing. It's a lot of fun. I've been there for a lot of different shows over the years. Certainly enjoyable, and you guys see a little bit of Sloshed Wardy exiting, Music Fest and the grounds at some point in August. I'm doing a post game recap or live show there from, I'm sure. I don't know, Rebecca. That's a good question though. Hey, Metstown, I Mets Bethlehem. You from there, or have you been there? 1-2 on the count now, everybody, for Luis Torrens versus Swanson here in the bottom of the seventh. Oh, good luck, Juan. I hope you absolutely win big tonight, baby. Do it for the boys. From Hershey, had family Bethlehem. Oh, that's awesome. Love to hear that. I go to Hershey every now and then. I actually got flagged down exiting Hershey Park last summer. It was like right around when they opened. I was hanging out there for the day, and as I was exiting Hershey, and mind you, I had zero Mets gear on. I didn't have a hat on or anything like that. I got flagged down the parking lot from someone who was a follower of mine and their son that like loved me, and it was like 7. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Terez rips one to center right field, but it's gonna stay just inside for Jordan Walker on the warning track, and there's 2 away. Hey, Mets, especially if you've been in like Palmyra area, I'm there fairly often too, and that Harrisburg every once in a while. But yeah, I go out there. I'm not too far from there. Beatty's gonna take that pitch low below the knees, and he's 1-0. Beatty, who got the start over Luis Angel Acuna today, got to give credit where credit's due. Gets a start and takes advantage of it with an opposite field RBI single to kickstart this one. Ripped by Brett Beatty. There we go, Brett. There we go. Beatty rips it in the corner. He rounds first. He heads a second. A safe. A pull double for Brett Beatty. And he has yet again another game with multi-hits. We'll take that. Oh, you're from Palmyra? That's sick. That's absolutely sick. Love that. Beatty rips that right there. We go, baby. Walt, you're from Bethlehem? That's awesome. Shout out to Tyrone Taylor for having the best walk-up on the team outside of Lindor. Oh, here comes Luisano Acuna as a pinch runner. There we go. That's big brain thinking right there by Carlos Mendoza. What a beast. Shout out Brett, baby. We love it. Perfect, because I was literally editing my slide that I have for Beatty. So it was like perfect timing as we talk about him right now. And the 1-1. Acuna with plenty speed on second. And Taylor's going to take fastball that was out, but they're going to give it to him. And it's 1-2 to Tyrone Taylor. Taylor's going to take that one outside, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2. Ripped by Taylor right in the glove of Arenado, and that does it for the inning. All right, folks. 6 more outs to play at minimum. Let's see what we can do here. What am I saying? 9 more outs to play at minimum. Think, Tyler. Come on. Idiot. Six more. Wait. I'm getting tripped up. We're going the 8th inning. We got 6. We got not. No. I mean, guys, let me clarify. I meant 9 outs, as in we have 9 outs total. We still have to go through between the Mets and the Cardinals. Like at minimum, we have 9 more to do because you have the top and the bottom of the 8th, and then the top of the 9th at minimum. If we're talking about just outs the Mets need, then that's 6. You're correct, but I wasn't saying it in that fashion initially, which is why I corrected myself and said 9. And math is hard, 1,000%. You want me to play the show versus Kranich? He will steamroll me. I can't play the show for shit. I have far greater chance of playing MLB 2K13, who's me and my best friend. We have done nothing but play just MLB 2K13. Anytime we hang out together, every single year, we've done that since I was in high school. Probably even middle school, actually, but more so high school. And it's like a tradition we do. We don't play too much of the newer MLB The Show games because we're both not good enough and we don't have time to invest to get good enough at the game. Kranich's a dog, though. I DM'd him like a week and a half ago saying congrats on, your latest good outing, and he appreciated that, so that's always cool. I love that Gary said pond scum on the broadcast. I love saying that. Ever since I heard that line utilized in, I want to say it was Wolf of Wall Street where I heard it for the first time, where I was like, You're below pond scum. That was hilarious to me. Mentor first pitch, first out. We'll take that. One away. Mentor's all good though. Fastball taken outside, and it's 1 0. Does he go? He does not. 2 0 on the count. Guys, just an FYI, I'm just editing to get everything set up for our post game coverage. That'll be immediately live after this. That's going to be a fly out for Taylor. And there's 2 away. Speed running this right now. So, a little fun fact for people that wonder what I do. I'm making at the moment like 5 different slides and fully editing highlights for you guys all at once right now. It isn't easy, but we got to do it for you. There we go. Nice, easy 1-2-3 inning for AJ Mentor, folks. 3 more outs for the Mets to get, and 6 more outs total at minimum in this ball game. Mets up by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Question to everybody. Who, in your opinion, is the biggest standout tonight? Is it Brett Beatty's multi a game? Is it Francisco Lindor driving in some runs and going with 3 hits at least? Is it Griffin Canning going 6 strong innings? Is it Mark Vientos going oppo? Which out of those 4 as of now stands out the most to you and why? Let me know in the YouTube chat as well as here in playback. And thank you guys so much for doing that. And again, folks, the only reason why I'm not interacting much with the chats right now is just because I'm doing my editing at the moment. So as soon as I'm done getting these things solidified, we will be golden. And then what we will do, folks, pretty much right towards the end of the game, either if not when the game concludes or right before, is when we're going to wrap up our live show. So that way I just have enough time to get quickly set up to go live on YouTube yet again, this time for just our post game coverage. Come on, Lindor. Come on, baby. Soto is due. It'd be great if he got one hit before the game ended. Lindor swings. Oh, is this Lindor's first at bat from the right side this year? It feels like it. Canning. A lot of you guys like Canning. Yeah, I agree. Canning was electric tonight. Lindor with a chopper, and there's one away. Come on, Juan. I triple dog dare you to do something. Edwin Diaz is warming up in the pen. He will command the ninth inning. Come on, Juan. First pitch down out of the zone. That's 1-0. And the 1-0. Runs inside. 2-0 now. Soto's going to get walked because, of course, he is. And that's going to be ball four. A 4-pitch walk here to Soto, everybody. Here's the thing, though, Vinny. Even with him not being completely in his groove, he still absolutely smoked 2 balls, unfortunately, that were played greatly in the infield by the Cardinals. Come on, Pete. Oh, that's high. That's far, but that's going to stay in. Good first pitch swinging by Alonso. Not at all complaining. Just had a little too much hang time. Just a little bit. And that's going to be a deep fly out for 2 away. First pitch of Vientos is at the knees for a called strike. One and two here to Vientos, folks. 11 pitches in for Canning. Not Canning, I'm sorry. Kane. Got Griffin on my mind. Understandably so. Oh, Vientos is out because he's slow, per usual. Alrighty, folks. 2 for 3 was Beatty. Yep. What's Beatty batting? 209. We're getting somewhere, Beatty. I know that a 209 average and a 511 OPS is nothing to flex, but it's better than nothing. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Lindor had a fantastic game. He went 3 for 4. That we saw with the RBI. That was good. Appreciate everyone's patience, guys. I realize that this probably isn't the most enjoyable thing to watch when I'm just sitting here with my head down, but it just to make sure that I have everything prepared for you guys for a post-game show. Buchanan, his nails, so good. Two walks, 1 earned run, and 8 Ks. Awesome. Okay, Arenado's coming in to lead off this one for Edwin Sugar Diaz, folks. Ball one, everybody. Up and away. Oh, that's insane. Of course. What can we just stop walking the leadoff batter every single time? It's like like Edwin needs to. It's because he can't get in a groove otherwise. It's like it's literally mandatory for him, which is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is right now, I suppose. There we go, Edwin. Back even on the count now, 2-2 as that slider's in for a K. Come on, Mark. Oh, Vientos was almost able to make that play, but to no avail. It's okay. Whew. Vientos is okay. Good hustle. 1 on, 2-2 count now for Edwin Diaz, everybody. There we go. Called strike 3. We'll take that. And there's 1 away. Big strikeout for Edwin. Needed that. Needed that. We'll take it, baby. We will take it. What are you talking about, Bertuzzi? 1 out, 1 on now for Jordan Walker. Hold on, folks. I'm just getting this stuff prepped for you. Hacked away foul by Walker. 0-2 on the count now, folks. 1 on, 1 away. Top of the ninth. Mets up by 3. Edwin Diaz is trying to secure his latest save. That's taken away. 1-2 now on the count for Walker. And the 1-2. Hacked away foul by Walker. And the 1-2. There we go. Big strikeout. Bang. Back-to-back Ks. 2 down. Come on, Bari. Come on, baby. I do recommend Citi Field Bertuzzi. Fastball inside. Come on, Edwin. There we go. Played by Alonso, and the Mets win it. There we go, baby. Hype me up. Hype me up. Let's go. Alrighty, folks, I'm going to end this show now and get set for postgame. Love you all to death. We'll span the W's in a second. Mwah, mwah. Thank you guys for chiming in on playback. I love you all. Let's go to the postgame, baby. Let's go.